You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
You excited? You ready?
Yes.
Oh, I'm excited.
Feeling good? So ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please be seated. Before we begin, I ask that you refrain from taking any pictures till after the ceremony. Thank you for coming here today to celebrate the eternal union of two people we dearly love. Each of us has our own unique relationship with Kiet and Phuong, and each of us can probably recall a powerful anecdote that perfectly summarizes their character. This might sound like- And the reasons we love them. They are the type of people who draw others to them, who unite individuals instead of dividing them, mostly because they exemplify human decency and compassion. They are the definition of fine, upstanding people. I first met Kiet in high school. Back then, we weren't so close. In my eyes, he was simply that really fast kid on the football team. But over time, we developed a friendship that I value beyond measure. Kiet has supported me through many adventures and helped me to realize my own potential in many ways. I haven't known Phuong nearly as long as Kiet, but I am no less impressed by her grace and character. She has the same talent for cultivating friendships and bringing out the best in others that I so admire in Kiet. Today, I cannot think of Kiet as simply my friend. He is my brother, and Phuong is my sister. That is why I'm so happy that they have found one another, or rather that Phuong found Kiet. Individually, they are ambitious, focused, and loving. Sometimes they may be a little too ambitious and focused. But together, these two moderate and refine each other in a way that allows them to balance their strengths and weaknesses. You two are truly an example that couples should strive to be. I am not the most experienced in love and relationships, so I was concerned about being the one to bless your union. But I do know that while love is natural and healthy for the human soul, it is something that must be nurtured and maintained. I have never known more open-hearted people than these two, so I do not believe that they will have a problem in this area. So long as you two continue to show the same respect, concern, and affection that you have shown me and all the people gathered here today, I do not foresee you having any problems in the future. I will now, come here. I will now ask Kiet and Phuong to join hands and face each other as they pledge their love to one another. Kiet, please share your personal vows with Phuong in front of us all.
Phuong, you are beautiful today as you are every day. Your value in supporting your family and friends who are at this ceremony today is something that I knew early on aligned with my deep love for my family and friends. You, seeing the best in people, may be the most defining feature of your personality, to which I benefit daily. You are intelligent, highly resourceful, and independent beyond imagination. Your art frames to do-it-yourself projects. Your creativity and love is seen throughout our home. You're my best friend, the mother of our dog Homer. The love of my life, my life support. You have tirelessly supported me in my pursuit of medicine, and were always understanding of my months away from home, my long work hours, and my need to study late into the night. You've made me a foodie, as well as an enophilia, a lover of wine, and I have made you a sports fan and a future real estate mogul. You've challenged me to learn more about my Vietnamese heritage. You've led me to more hikes, countries, and experiences in the last 5 years than my entire life before you. More often than not, you are the strength that I didn't know I needed and the joy that I didn't know I lacked. This may be the greatest gift you have brought to me. You constantly challenge and inspire me to be a better individual and life partner. We will work to love one another more deeply, build deep and lasting relationships with our closest family and friends, and in which to help make the world a better place through remaining committed to living our values of love, learning, and hard work and generosity. I commit myself to you to be a loving, faithful, and consistently supportive life partner, to nurture your dreams and support you in your career ambitions, to pushing us to live our values and vision for a life together, to build a home filled with learning, laughter, and kindness. I commit to fiercely working towards overcoming whatever challenges that life throws at us. I will put my heart and soul into this relationship, and every day I will renew my commitment to build a world with our friends and family that we can cherish together. A world where we can create wonderful memories together that will sustain us throughout our old age. I love you.
Please share your vows with Kiet in front of us all.
Yours probably beat mine. It's much longer and more eloquent than mine is. So I'm very nervous. I'm just going to read for what I just wrote. Phuong, the doctor and not the prime minister. How lucky are we here today among our beloved family and friends? How fortunate are we to have started out what we were as children from rural Vietnam and become who we are today? How lucky am I to be able to become your wife? You inspired me to be a better person every day by your kind gestures that you show not only to me, but to your family, your friends, and even strangers. You challenged me to think about humanity and just one person can do that could change the world today. You empower me to be courageous and fearless in anything and everything I embark on. As we get older, our values solidified with principles and new perspectives from those around us. And I'm so happy and fortunate that I'm able to find a partner who shares that many same values and interests, such as a love for family, children, education, to name a few, and Chinese action movies. I cannot promise that I will be a perfect wife, perfect mother of our children, or even person. However, I do promise that I will continue to strive and work toward our agreed values and expectation of each other. I vow to continue to respect, challenge, and grow with you for as long as we're both breathing.
I would now like to ask the ring bearer, Shane Easter, Gabby Wajaya, please present the wedding rings to Kiet and Phuong. Kiet and Phuong, please place these rings on each other's fingers as a symbol of your friendship, your love, your mutual respect, and your everlasting commitment to one another. Kiet Vo, you may now kiss the bride. I now present to you Mr. and Mrs. Dr. Vo. Ladies and gentlemen, please join the bride and the groom for cocktails.
Dreamer, you for joining us for this special night. Well, welcome to all of you who have come to help our family celebrate the marriage of our daughter, Phuong and Kiet. As stated in the proverb, and as most parents know, it takes a village to raise a child. For a child who turned out as amazing as our daughter Phuong, we are very thankful to all the wonderful people who supported her and our family for the years. We are very happy and thankful to see you here tonight. As father who's the first man in his daughter's life, tonight is both bitter and sweet for me. Watching my daughter grow from a child into a strong, independent woman who knows what she wants, fill her mother and me with great pride. She fills our heart with a special love. I am grateful to be your father. I am lived better and have loved more deeply because you were in my life. Tonight I feel different kind of love and pride. I hand you to the new man in your life, to the best friend, Kiet, as you start your new adventure together as a husband and wife. As I see you together, it seems that you were created apart, but desire to be a perfect match for one another. It's a joy to see you together and the way you complement each other. Kiet, today we welcome you into our family. We will love you as our son and as the keeper and protector of our beloved daughter. Please accept this precious gift of our daughter with our whole heart as you join together. Today and always, you were meant to be as one. Staying today created new family, a new love, and new joy forever. We love you.
So I'm Shane Easter. I'm not one, I'm not two, I am the third best man of Kiet. And like the other two, I went to high school with Kiet here in Seattle at Lakeside. And you know, before we get into celebrating the union that we're all here to celebrate tonight, I think a few people may know this, but we also have another thing we're celebrating, which is Phuong's birthday. So to celebrate this properly, I want to first welcome to the stage a very talented man that's in from New Orleans to help lead us all in a little celebration here for Phuong. Damon Stables, can you come to the stage?
Now we all got to join in. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Phuong. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday part? Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. All right.
All right. Thank you, Damon. Give it up for Damon. Give it up for Damon. All right. Now that we've properly celebrated Phuong's birthday, thank you, everybody. Want to recognize that this is just a very special moment that we all have here right now. You know, I think Kiet and Phuong in particular, but all of us will never forget how special this moment is right now. And, you know, it's just a great honor to be part of their special day. I think we all recognize that, but I want to make sure I started by thanking Kiet and Phuong and their families for hosting all of us at all these spectacular events this entire weekend. So give it up for them. So I met Kiet, first day of high school for Kiet. He had just transferred from a public middle school in Seattle to a slightly more upscale, preppier private school in Seattle, Lakeside. And a certain charismatic faculty member brought Kiet over to me and said, you know, on the first day of his freshman year, and said, "Hey, Shane, this is Kiet. You know, he's going to be your best friend. So I want you guys to start hanging out." And I said, okay. You know, in my mind, I'm thinking, you know, I'm a teenager. I don't believe anything that a teacher tells me. So, you know, I'm a little skeptical at first. But, you know, as time went by, you know, I realized we had a few things in common. We both listened to rap music. We both sagged our pants down to our butts. We both played basketball. And we both, most importantly, imagined we were way cooler and edgier than all the nerdy kids at our preppy private school. As it turned out, despite playing as many sports as he could to compensate, it turned out Kiet was the biggest nerd and bookworm of us all. So as Kiet and my friendship deepened, he started exposing me to some Vietnamese cultural traditions. The first of which, he took me to pho. I had my first pho with Kiet, the University District. Yeah, give it up for pho. Great food. Great food. So he took me to a great Vietnamese spot on the Ave in the University District, and you know, it was great. We get in there, it's my 16th birthday. Kiet speaks in Vietnamese, the owner says something. Next thing I know, we have 2 beers coming out, and he's serving, you know, underage teens beer. That was my introduction to beer as well as pho. So thank you, Kiet, for introducing me to both of those things. And then, you know, we also played basketball in high school together. So, you know, Kiet on the court, we called him the assassin. He was known for his ferocious, extremely quick and decisive movements. He also was known for scaring his opponents with very loud sounds. So just to give you a little example of what it's like to be guarded by Kiet if you never played basketball against him, this is what he'll do when he guards you. So needless to say, it's a pretty effective form of defense. We were all pretty scared of him that first year until we figured out he's not that scary. But yeah, perhaps it was this type of yelling that caught Phuong's eye the first time she met Kiet. Or first time she saw Kiet, I should say, because she didn't meet him. Just saw him on the basketball court at Whitman. And, you know, apparently there were a few things that stood out to her. You know, apparently he was kind of handsome, and he was one of the few Asian guys in Walla Walla, Washington. She thought he was Chinese, he's Vietnamese. But yeah, I like to think that she also noticed that he was bricking three-point shots, which he often did in high school, shooting from the wrong side of his head, which he also did, still does, and you know, playing his assassin-like defense and flexing his razor-sharp calves. You probably know what I'm talking about. Very, very nice calves. That wasn't their first meeting. They just saw each other at that point. Their first meeting was in a frat party where, you know, apparently, you know, Phuong met Kiet, or, you know, and she kind of thought he had a nice car, and so she told him, hey, I think your car is cute. You got a nice, you know, Bronco. And Kiet was actually offended, you know. He said, you don't call a man's car cute. So that was sort of her first strike. And I guess even before that, when very, very first time they had a conversation, she actually corrected him in how to pronounce his name. So she, you know, Kiet, the American pronunciation is Kiet, and then, you know, so that's how Kiet introduces himself, but apparently the Vietnamese pronunciation, I'm going to butcher this, but is Giet. Maybe that's not right, but anyways, turns out, as you'd expect, Phuong was right, and Kiet didn't even know how to pronounce his own name, so. But Kiet didn't like that, so that's 2 strikes for Phuong. So it did take them a while to really blossom, as we all know. And, you know, it wasn't until, you know, Kiet was in Mississippi, and at Columbia, they really started dating. The relationship started blossoming, and Kiet went through some hard times out in Mississippi. It was a challenging place to work, and he fortunately had Damon and others to support him, but also Phuong really came into the picture, and we all appreciate how much Phuong supported Kiet, and her kindness really helped Kiet get through those tough and challenging times. So that was when it all kind of came together. And, she also, it turns out, was able to put up with a lot of Kiet's weird friends, myself included, which not all significant others would. So we appreciate that, Phuong. Thank you. But in all seriousness, Kiet is an extremely hardworking guy, as we all know. He basically, to me, represents the American dream. He's a guy who's really sacrificed a lot to get where he is. We all know how hard he's worked to get his MD, which he just got this weekend, and congrats to everybody here getting your MDs. But Kiet looks after his family, looks after all of his friends. He somehow finds a way to maintain his relationships with all of us despite his responsibilities as a landlord and as Homer's, father, his dog. So we appreciate that. He's loyal. You always know what Kiet's thinking because he tells you, so you always know where he stands, and that's right by your side. And so we really, we love you, Kiet. So thank you for that. And so I would say, Kiet is certainly, or, Phuong is lucky to have found Kiet, but I'd say Kiet's luckier to have found Phuong. I think we all know that. Phuong is so filled with energy and life. She is a constant inspiration to all the people around her. She's probably the most likable person that we all know, so bubbly and fun. She's also highly motivated in her career, just like Kiet, and successful, hyper-organized, better communicator than Kiet, as we all found out this wedding weekend. Thank you, Phuong. And she's also better looking than Kiet, so we also appreciate that about you. But in all seriousness, just to wrap this up, Kiet's lucky to have found an equally dedicated, focused partner who's such a joy to be around, and I couldn't be happier for you two. So let's all raise a glass to the happy couple.
I'm having trouble adjusting this. I'm just going to leave it. Nice. Thank you. Just to start out, I'd like to give a round of applause to Phuong's Uncle Brian for surviving cancer. We love you, Brian. I'm up here to talk about Dr. Kiet Vo. And I guess before I really get into details about that, I should tell you a little bit about myself. I went to high school with Kiet, and in high school I was like a weird kid at a weird high school, and I was a teenager, so I was at a weird time in my life. And after I graduated high school, I decided to go to college and kind of really work hard to separate myself from everyone I knew in high school. Unfortunately, I went to Whitman College, and it was full of everyone I went to high school with, so I did a terrible job at that. Anyway, my sophomore year of college, I was super into yo, Anthony, don't talk to anybody that you knew from back then because you're a new person, a new time. And when I was in the middle of this, Kiet Vo transferred to Whitman, and this guy was the biggest bully I've ever met because he completely ignored my new self, which was absolutely nobody from high school. And he all of a sudden told me that we were like best friends. He refused to accept that I did not want to be his friend. You know, I would go places and he'd be like, hey, Tony, like, what have you been doing? Like, we're best friends forever and ever. And as hard as I tried to ignore him, he insisted that, like, he knew me, he knew my mom, he knew my brother. Like, you know, he said, like, look, I have a really cool Bronco. You should ride in it. Like, so pretty much, like, next thing I know, like, half a year later, I'm like, oh, man, Kiet Vo's been my friend forever. You know, and I was like, how did that happen? I even told my mom, and she's like, you know Kiet Vo? Like, that guy's not your friend. I was like, no, Mom, he's been my friend forever, you know, since he transferred. Anyway, I guess that was like the premier example of what I love about Kiet and why he is my friend. He has a truly indomitable spirit. You cannot stop him because he will bully you until he has his way. He refuses to accept no for any answer. You know, which is why I love Phuong even more than Kiet, because she's the only person I know that can bully Kiet and force him to do what she says. Because I know when Kiet first met Phuong, he was like, I'm not talking to that girl. And now we're here, and all of us can witness that so we know who really wears the pants in this relationship, because she's wearing pants right now, not a traditional dress. Yeah. Oh, sorry, earlier, you know, and she can even transfer and switch. But I have to say, I've known these guys about half my life, and they are truly the best people. They are the biggest bullies with the nicest hearts that I have ever met. And I believe we are all blessed to have known them even just a little bit. And hopefully one day Kiet or Phuong bullies you into submission and forces you to, you know, improve your life. Congratulations. Happy birthday, Phuong. And I'm glad you two met each other. And I'm glad that, Phuong, you have such a strong and indomitable will. I love you guys.
Can I take this out? Okay. Or, where did Phuong go? Oh. All right. Hi, guys. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Kiet and Phuong, and thank you to the families for having me here and having all of us here. I'm so honored. Since these guys had their notes and their vows, I figured I could have this. I'm going to keep my phone. But for those of you that don't know, I'm Serbi. I'm one of Phuong's bridesmaids. I made it to the A team. Very glad. But Phuong and I met in college, but my accomplishments aside, I want to talk about here today. The reason that so many of us came together today from so many different, from Atlanta, from Toronto, from LA, from Vietnam. The reason we're here, the reason we're all celebrating, it's what weddings are about. It's what life's about. Four-letter word, someone knows it. What are we talking about? Love, yes, but also cake. Cake. That's what it's really about. But anyway, jokes aside, I have just a couple of things to say. I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet because I'm sure you'd than listening to me. This is mainly to Phuong, so I apologize. We had a lot of toast yesterday, and we heard a lot of great things about both Phuong and both Kiet. Some true, some not so much. But just kidding. You guys are both very sweet, very smart, clearly beautiful, so talented. But you're funny, like, you guys are great. I love you guys. You're brilliant, you're smart, you're funny. Sometimes, Phuong, not even on purpose. Anyone that is lucky enough to call you their friend knows you have their back and that you're in their corner for the rest of our lives. And Kit, you obviously know this already, but I just want to like hammer it in, reiterate. You are so lucky to have Phuong in your corner for the rest of your life, because that girl will fight for you. And like, again, lots of great qualities. You both are brilliant, you're smart, and you're intelligent, and you're funny, and your friends love you. And Kit, I know your friends feel the same about you, but life has its way of handing you its challenges. Things get hard sometimes, but just knowing how like committed and loyal the two of you are, I have like absolute faith. If anyone can do it, it's you two, and I know that. And I'm not just saying that. I truly believe that. This is the one time, again, I don't say this stuff that normal, but I'm a little bit drunk, sorry. And it's a good, I don't know if I should be hurt or offended that the me being drunk part is the part that got the most applause. But I mean it from the very, very, very bottom of my heart. You guys, you two, you both, not just Kit. Phuong, you are also you guys are just so lucky to have each other for the rest of your lives, because I just love you guys.
Hôm nay là ngày thành hôn của em chúng tôi, Kiet Võ, Phạm Hoài Phương. Thì đại diện cho hội nhà trai, thì hôm nay xin có đôi lời phát biểu. Rất hân hạnh được họ nhà trai và họ nhà gái. Hôm nay là lễ thành hôn của em chúng tôi. Thành thử có đôi lời gửi đến ông bà, cô bác, quý vị gần xa, bạn bè thân hữu, đến chia vui cùng gia đình. Một lần nữa xin chúc sức khỏe. Thank you.
My name is Ksenia, and I met Phuong when we were 14, freshman year in high school. And my first memory of her was PE class, really early in the year. And it really sticks out in my memory because I had come from like a really small, conservative private school and didn't have exposure to pretty much anything. And there's this girl, this tiny little girl, walking down the track and trips over a little pothole. And what comes out of her mouth next just made like everybody blush. Something along the lines of holy crap, but you know, I'm sure we can all imagine what really came out of her mouth given how fierce Phuong is. So I thought, like, who is this girl? I have to be her friend. And the next day in geometry class, I turned around and asked her for her MSN Messenger name. And since then, it's been the greatest friendship of my life. Everybody has mentioned today how caring, loving, and understanding Phuong is, how she's the bestest friend you could have, and I can truly attest to that. She will always be in your corner fighting for you. She believes in you and loves you, and I think, Kit, you are a very, very lucky man to have this woman by your side for the rest of your life, because if you're going to spend the rest of your life with somebody, that's the type of person you need. No matter what, she will always defend you. No matter if you mess up or you do well, she's always there for you, and that's, I think, Phuong's greatest quality, on top of all her other amazing qualities. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the first time Phuong and Kit met. I was there, and it was pretty adorable. We were 18, senior year, towards the end of senior year in high school, and Phuong and I were at the gym at Whitman, and we decided to go say to some friends that were playing basketball at the gym, and we walk in, and we see Kit playing basketball. And Phuong's like, who is that guy? Who is that Asian guy? He's really cute. I want him. And here we are, 10 years later. So someone mentioned earlier how this girl gets what she wants. So, but honestly, you guys are going to make the most amazing power couple, I think, in this entire room, and probably in all of Seattle, if not Washington. And I'm so excited to be by your side, watching you guys grow and your family grow. And lastly, We sang happy birthday to our beautiful bride earlier today. Today's her 29th birthday, and our bridesmaids would like to wish you happy birthday again.
Has come, and the land
Happy birthday.
is dark, and the moon is the only light that we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me.